Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel, and I know that it's been a very long time since I've last spoken to you on the internet, but I'm here and I'm back now after a fairly long vacation, and I just wanted to show you what I'd purchased over the last couple of months. The first of the above is this very nice Santa Fe Bluebonnet painted SD45 made by Proto 2000, which is basically Walthers. It's a very nice locomotive. I also managed to purchase the other available road number, which was 5400, as well as this one, which is 5377. It's a nice 6-axle flared radiator locomotive that GM built in the late 1960s, and 3600 horsepower. It's a little bit hard to find many models of it these days, since it's been a long time since Cato had made theirs, and it's been a while since Athearn has made theirs. And I was quite happy to get these two locomotives, and even happier since that there was no duplication of numbers, that the road numbers that Proto 2000 selected for these models were different from the Athearn and the Cato ones. So at least there was no duplication, because I just don't like having two locomotives running around with the same road number. But it's a very nice locomotive. It was priced at $150. But anyway, let's move on to some other stuff. And this is going to be a pretty rare big beast for many of you out there, because this ES44AC locomotive that you're looking at is not an Intermountain model, nor that it's not a Athengenesis model. In fact, this is a Tower 55 model from their 2008 production, and very hard to find. And I originally found this particular locomotive on eBay. I'm not really a big eBay shopper, in case you are asking out there. And with the help of my YouTube friend John, we managed to get it here safe and sound. This locomotive here, by the way, has DCC and sound factory installed, and just had to get the handrails corrected in one spot. Just had to do that very quickly because they were sticking out. Just had to apply it back into the little hole on the long hood frame of the locomotive, and one of the ditch light covers had come off, but that was quite easily fixed by just popping it back on and using a little bit of pressure from one's finger, and no glue was required to make the quick correction. These models are, as many of you know, are very hard to find these days, especially at anywhere near a reasonable price, and they do run and sound very nice. And in case if any of you are asking, I haven't gotten the Athengenesis ES44AC that they just recently released in Canadian Pacific, BNSF, and Union Pacific just a few months ago. I've kind of missed the boat on that offer, but maybe I might do it. I might get some later on when they're re-released next year. I really don't know. They're getting very expensive. Pricing of them is usually between $250 and $300, and I'm not really impressed with the incandescent light bulbs that are now being used in the Athengenesis locomotives when compared to the Tower 55 model that uses more advanced and very reliable LED lights. So, but let's move on, and I'll show you some other material. And for the third item today here, I just recently received this Broadway Limited Imports original Paragon locomotive. It actually just arrived here this week, and the one amazing thing about this is that I ordered this locomotive online during Thanksgiving. I finally got it shipped out of Pennsylvania on Wednesday of last week, and it arrived here on Monday morning this week. So it took less than a week, which was kind of a world record for getting anything from Pennsylvania to Ontario, especially across the border. It would normally take about 1 to 2 weeks. But as I turn the box around to the end, you can see here it is the EMD SD40-2 and the First Union Rail Corp. It's the leasing company. This locomotive used to be a Burlington Northern locomotive. It's still painted in the original BN black over Cascade green, and I would like to show you this locomotive. Just take it out of its box for your convenience. There's the manual still in there. I'll just quickly take the cover off. And here's the locomotive in full. As you can see, it has the FURX initials underneath the windows of the cab. I still have to put on the shades, the sunshades for the conductor and engineer side of the cab, but it's still in the very, very nice former BN Cascade green with the black on the top, of course covering the dynamic and cooling fans and the grills, etc. And of course the horns are painted black. But I was very, very happy to get this locomotive. Once again, something pretty hard to find because it's been a few years since Broadway Limited Imports had manufactured these locomotives. They also made them in I think in the original BN colors as well. And the original price was $150. But since this locomotive was on clearance, it was reduced down to $135 and only $30 for shipping. So that was not too bad at all, and very, very happy that this arrived here. So let's move on to the next. And if you ever want to read a book about Western U.S. railroading, I would like to recommend this Railroading to Hatchet P on a Desert Mountain book. It's written by a famous railroad author, and you can see his name on the front cover, and it's a very colorful book with, I believe, pretty much every picture is in color, and most of them are taken in the 80s and 90s. And if you turn to page 37 right here, you can actually see a very nice color photo of two Santa Fe painted SD45s, not SD45-2s because those do not have the flared radiators, but the original SD45s coming out of tunnel number 5 on the line coming in and out of Tehachapi. So it's a very nice picture. But let's finish up this video right now and show you the last items. And last but by no means least are these models that I had purchased while I was on vacation to the UK. Well, most of them were purchased while I was on vacation. At the top is a Hornby Railroad model of a 9F steam locomotive, 210 O wheel arrangement. It's a regular black 9F in the British Railways late crest logo on the tender to the right, and it's named Cock of the North. It is a recent Hornby release, and then down below is a few wagons that I purchased, including the two big milk box vans or freight cars, whatever you want to call them, as well as a Great Western one down to the bottom, and one without the Great Western on it or the GW on it, and also a Great Western smaller 2-axle box van, an open wagon, and another open wagon on the lower right-hand corner that had already been weathered, and actually it was weathered by YouTuber SDJR7F88, and I purchased it directly off of him. It's a very nice Bachmann UK wagon, and it's in a private owner paint scheme. And this wraps up what I had purchased, and I'm very, very happy with it. The larger milk wagon or milk freight car in the middle row, the one that does not say GW on it, I actually had to mail order that one from Hatton's in Liverpool all the way to my address in Canada. So, and I also have the regular unnamed standard black 9F. So I'll have two of them now, and that wraps up everything I purchased, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye for now.